Page 14, Tisket, a Tasket. Introducing another dynamic symbol or dynamic mark, whatever you want to call it, MF. MF, again, is abbreviation. It's Italian for mezzo forte. Forte means loud. Mezzo means, yeah. So it's sort of loud. Moderately loud. Medium loud. Yeah, loud. However you want to say it. It's a little softer than loud. It's sort of loud. It gets back to what I was saying before about soft. What is soft? I don't know. You decide. What is medium loud? I don't know. But you have to figure it out. It's different. The point is, it's to this piece and this location and this situation. So whatever you decide these ranges are, stick with them for that situation. So if soft is here and loud is here, medium loud is in between but a little more closer to the loud side. You'll have to experiment. What do you think it is? Sort of loud, sort of loud, I don't know. It's really hard to teach dynamic because it's such a personal thing. And that's what this is for. Unfortunately, they screwed up on the printing. They're trying to help you, but I still disagree because it doesn't. They put the MF underneath the bottom staff. That's not where dynamics go. The MF belongs between the staves. The dynamics belong between the staves. They did it down there because you're only using the left hand. You're only using the bottom staff, so they put it underneath the staff you're using. That'll get you into trouble later on. So just remember, the MF should have been, as far as I'm concerned, between the stabs. You can take a pencil and mark it in. And it applies to the melody. And in this case, the melody's in the bottom staff. It's a difference of opinion. To them, it was correct to do it this way. Now, this piece is not repeated. You see at the end of the second line, you have a thin and thick bar line, but there's no dots. That's not a repeat sign. You got to have the dots. The thin and thick bar line by itself is called an end-of-piece symbol. It may not be technically called that. I call it that. The point is the symbol represents where the end of the piece is, and it's not always at the end, because there's times when you go back and it ends someplace else. But if you can find that thin and thick bar line, that's where the piece is going to end eventually. And some books actually make the mistake of they won't have one of those in there. They'll put two thin bar lines, and that's really an error. You should have a thin and thick bar line at the end of your piece. If you're writing music or arranging it, include that symbol. It's an important symbol. It's just as important as any other music notation symbol. I don't have a lot to say here. You've got, this is left hand only, and it's medium loud. You decide how loud medium loud is. Now when we do the play with me stuff, I usually don't do the dynamics because I'm not interested. I can't tell you what the dynamics are, and you can't tell what they are by listening to me. So I just play the notes and the rhythms. That's all we're checking. You have to do all this other stuff on your own afterward. So let's go ahead and try this out. Now you can leave the right hand in your lap. You're not going to use it. So the left hand only, and you're in C position. I know you're in C position because it starts out with a G and your thumb's on it, and that puts all the other fingers here. That's C position. Fortunately, they're not putting finger numbers all over, and that's good. Because remember, you need to know the names of these notes. So in addition to counting out loud to get it right, you also need to be able to play it and say the names of the notes. Although you can leave out the rhythm if you do that, just play the notes. So I'm going to give us 4 counts and we'll do this together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3.